Welcome back to Football Fun Dates and to our FPL edition. It's a triple game week. For everyone with chips in their hand, the announcement was a godsend. To managers like me, not so much, right? I'm just about holding on to a top 10K right now. Bad couple of weeks despite having to take hits. Maybe one of them was unnecessary, one of them was a gamble, but I had to take them because of injuries, right? And I've come to this precarious position where I could see myself slide further down, and there's not much I can do about it. But for all the managers who have a free hit, lucky you, I'm going to have a free hit template in this episode for y'all. And I'm also going to talk about transfer options with a few hits involved for managers like me who don't have much of an option or have no chip left, right? Um, Looking back at the last couple of game weeks, obviously it's not gone too well for a lot of managers. Last game week in particular, with the United and Liverpool fixture being called off. But going into this episode, important to remember everybody that whoever you get in with hits, especially if you're not using your chip, that is, 36 is a blank for Chelsea, 36 is a blank for Arsenal, United there, right? So be careful, and Leicester. So be careful with the hits you take on the players because you don't want to take more hits in 36 to switch them out again, right? Unless you're prepared to play with just 8 next week to try to maximize this week. I'm going to switch over to my team now and I'm going to quickly go on to a free hit template first, and then we'll talk about possible transfer moves for players without chips. So essentially, yeah, this is what my team looks like. Just giving you guys a quick look. I'm going to quickly move on to a free hit template, which I'll work on it live with you guys. On the off, like if I look at my team as is, I can kind of go ahead with it, right? The only worry for me there would be that maybe get in the likes of Shaw, maybe get in a second United asset. I took out Salah obviously last week, knowing that Liverpool will be playing in 36. I didn't really fancy Liverpool against United, so I was okay going ahead with Kane instead. Liverpool doubling now, especially with the fixture against Southampton, has put me in a bit of a jam. I'm really worried about that. But more about my team and how I go around it after I'll give you the free hit template. Also important to point out that Tuchel said that he might have to play with fresher legs against City. A good chance Rudiger might not play. Hopefully Mendy starts. Do not want my keepers to play either a single game only. That's the same worry with Forster, although Ralph did say that most likely Forster will start game week 35. I don't know if he meant one game or both games, but fingers crossed. So moving on to the free hit template. All right, so I'm going to start off. There are two ways to actually look at this, right? Depending on if you have more faith in the defenders, right? There are a lot of players who want to play with Trent, Shaw, Digne, and Castagne, for example. Some managers, okay, just going with three and maxing out the midfield, right? So what's the best combination? Look, when you're on the free hit, obviously you do not have to worry about the players blanking in 36, right? So that takes away the headache. So if you are free hitting, you most likely should look at tripling up United assets. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't, right? Doubling Liverpool also makes sense. Again, the game against United could be a low-scoring one, could be a nil or 1-1. But again, Southampton could be the opposite. Southampton are not easy to get past, but if Liverpool have nothing else to play for, right, it's just about the Premier League right now. Don't see too much rotation there. Jota should get minutes too, right? So let's start off with that, right? I'm going to first just dissect off the team completely. I highly would recommend, if you have Mendy in your side, still the option is people are saying going for the likes of Guaita, right? Two easy-ish fixtures, right? 4.8 again, money in the bank could be an option to go for. Leaving Foster in for now as a 4.0 backup keeper. I know Smith Rowe plays. I'm just going to take him out for now. He could possibly come back in later. I'm going to leave him in for now. But yeah. There are a couple of ways you can go at it. You could get Vardy in on your free hit. For me, the reason I might not consider taking out Vardy is because I still want him to return after taking a hit to get him in. He hasn't. But there are better players available also, right? So let's assume you go without Vardy. You have Calvert-Lewin, obviously. And you have Watkins. Now, the difference is with Calvert-Lewin, right? Calvert-Lewin, better set of fixtures, Villa and West Ham. I think, and he has a good away record, right? So I think Calvert-Lewin is more nailed on. What worries me about Watkins is the fixture against United, right? United could switch things up. Uh, there is a worry that maybe they might just play out a 1-0, maybe they set up a little defensively. Ole might have to use the subs better. You could just see Watkins completely shut out in that one. Everton, yes, he got a goal against them just last week in the reverse fixture. But he does worry me a little bit, right? So I'll come back to him a little later. But decidedly, front three, best options being that it's budget friendly as well, right? Iheanacho should definitely be in there, the form that he's in. I think 11 or 12 returns in the last 9 starts. So I would leave him there. In midfield, obviously, I would look at getting in Salah. You could go without him, but if I'm setting my ideal team right now, going for Salah and Jota, I would go in for Mason Greenwood over Rashford. Just looking at Greenwood's form, Rashford came on. So the other managers watching, right? United bid over here. Now Rashford came on in the second half. Didn't play too much, so you would assume he would be nailed on to start this game immediately. The way I see Cavani playing here is, and why I'm not considering an option on a free hit. Cavani, cannot play 3 games, right? So if he's going to play Cavani in 2 games, it's going to be Villa because he took him off in the 70th minute, and it's going to be Liverpool. I think playing him consecutively, Villa, Leicester, Liverpool is not possible for him. What we've seen as United fans so far. So it would be better off to maybe go without Cavani, although he could get in those goals. It's a punt. I show you his pricing, right? He got 2 goals against Roma as well at 7.9. So he could come in instead of Watkins for you, but I would say DCL and Cavani, I would say DCL for sure as of now. Moving back on to midfield, right? So you have an option, obviously, for going for Rashford or Greenwood. I'm leaning towards Greenwood for the price and the fact that I don't see him missing out too much. I do see him playing 2 games as well. And a little bit more of the other game, he might come on as a sub. He's taken more shots than Rashford as well in the box. Looks more threatening. Definitely more involved in assists as well, especially when Cavani's playing and he drops right. He looks more involved in the play as well. I would say for that reason, and obviously just the price, he is an appealing option. Would I double up with Liverpool in midfield? Yes, again. Jota, obviously the risk of being benched. If you do not want to take that risk and you want to go, I wouldn't say he's a guaranteed goal scorer, right? But I would then look at Sigurdsson. Now, Sigurdsson is on penalties, same price as Jota right now. Also on a few set pieces, shares them with Digne, so it could be a good option for you if you're worried about it there. Obviously, this is looking at the fact that you are going ahead with more of a 3-5-2, or we can move on to 3-5-3, or you could also move on to a possible 3-4-3 as well. Now I'll move on to defense, obviously. United again, Shaw, Maguire, Van Bissaka, Lindelof look solid. Maybe Bailly coming in for Lindelof, but unless Maguire is injured, I don't see him missing out, right? So Shaw's 5.4, Maguire's 5.5. Shaw and Van Bissaka both were taken off at halftime midweek against Roma. That's something to note of. Is there a chance they don't play one of the games? I think if you look at the way it's going, I think maybe the fact that he took them off early, could see them starting against Villa. Leicester seems like a very important game and a stronger game, right? But the way it's going, I still see most of the players starting Leicester, Liverpool than Villa. It'll be interesting to see how he rotates that. I see a slightly weakened lineup against Villa. Obviously, could be wrong. Not an expert over there. Only Ole knows best, right? People were surprised that he played his strongest possible lineup, but that's how Ole has just been all season. Looking else, Trent Alexander-Arnold for me, definitely for Liverpool. If you're not doubling up on midfield, I think Trent and Salah are good ones to go. Obviously, if you're looking at going in for Vardy as an attacker as well, then you could downgrade Trent to Phillips. But I would say if you're free hitting, maximize the players who are pipped to be in good form. I think Trent's been unlucky, so just of the eye test over there, I would say stick to Trent. Shaw over there. Now you have another option, right? Either you go in for Digne or you go in for Castagne. I don't think you have enough money if you for going for both, right? Let's have a look at that. I want to just fill in with Mitchell again. Mitchell has been one of those filler players, right? Hodgson did say that the problem is keeping him fit, but definitely play one of the two. So you can keep him as a budget option there in your defense. Like I was saying, so you could go in for in a keeper. People have been saying Guaita just because of the fixtures, right? The fixtures that they have are Sheffield and Southampton. Sure, you can go in for Gavaita. I said you could still, for me, keep Mendy. Two fixtures, clean sheets, rotation is the risk, which is why he's a worry there. And obviously, you want to maximize, and if you have Martinez at 5.1, you want to maximize your free hit with other players. Looking at the fixtures against United, could concede. Yes, he has save bonuses, but Guaita seems like a good option. Uh, Alternatively, you could also maybe look at the likes of Ryan, I think, because he's the one who's been playing. They have West Brom and Chelsea. The Chelsea fixture bothers me, but again, like I'm saying, if you're looking at just money wise, you could look at that. You could go in for Foster as well. I think he will start both at 35 at 4.0. Liverpool is a tough one, but could get the other clean sheet uh, against Liverpool, against, sorry, Crystal Palace. So that is one to consider. Right. So this is ideally what you look at. So you could go in for Digne as well if you don't go in for the likes of Vardy as a striker, right? You would have money for Digne. You could then, in that case, go in for like I said, a 4-3-3 of sort, where then you could prioritize more money on your forward, I think, and get in Vardy. Let's see how that looks like as well. So let's say I've gone in for Castagne. So that would be Castagne, Digne, Shaw, Trent. Let's say if I take out Watkins, downgrade Sigurdsson to maybe, Ward Prowse as well is a good option because, again, on set pieces, right? Easy with 9.1. Somebody also, it's interesting that happened. We're mentioning this, right? Someone even mentioned to me about what about Chelsea assets. So Tuchel obviously said in the presser that he's going to rotate to get fresher players in. Havertz was a promising option, price rise as well, 8.3. I'm just looking at, if I'm looking at the midfield right now, right? You want Bruno Salah, you want Calvert-Lewin, Iheanacho, you want a good solid defense as well. Not much money left in that case, if you see it that way. Let's say if I look at Watkins, you could get in Havertz here. Obviously, the fixture is also the problem. Let's now look at the fact that Arsenal could obviously be blown past, but City are tough sealing the league at the way they're going, right? So that's how you fit those in. If you have a team like this, you definitely still go for a 4-4-2. In that case, I would bench Watkins for sure if that's what your team looks like. Otherwise, like I said, I would just jig things up, get in maybe Ward Prowse and find a way to get Vardy in your team if you want to start with 3 strikers up ahead. How do we do that? In that case, you need to, like I said, prioritize your defenders. You can't have Castagne, Digne, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Shaw. I would look Leicester play United, Liverpool play United. Everton I would hold on to with Digne because slightly better run of fixtures, right? So I guess then you'd have to probably take out Trent with his attacking potential and Castagne with the recent form are good shout-outs. But just looking at the fixture-wise, I would be then tempted to look out of Trent maybe and look at another defender in there. And then going for just Salah, Fernandes, Greenwood. I can upgrade Waters, then back to Jota, leave it as it is. Get in Sigurdsson there as well, and go Shaw, Digne, and Castagne there. So ideally, that's what that would look like. Let's just look. I'm just going to do this right now to give equal clarity over there. You could look at a Southampton defense as well. So let's say Vestergaard's red card's been appealed, so I'll just get in Vestergaard. Looking like a team is shaped up well, right? Like I said, in this case, Ward-Prowse has enough room to move up to Jota, to Sigurdsson if you want to go Everton, if you have more faith in the fixtures over there. Potential free hit options, right? Like I said, Vardy could go out, Watkins could come in, Jota out, Ward-Prowse or Sigurdsson. In defense, you could go 4 up top if you don't want to load up in your attack. And you could go with 4 defenders, Digne, Shaw, or Maguire. Trent Alexander and Castagne are my best options. And if you have money left in the bank in Guaita, you're not too sure about Crystal Palace keeping clean sheets over there, you could always still hold on to Martinez, go ahead with that. Although trying to max out your free hit, just looking at fixtures maybe and favoring the fixtures, the reason why Guaita is a preferred option. All right, I'm going to now reset this and go in for transfer options of managers like me who do not have a free hit. Just a quick mention to anybody triple captaining. Actually, you know what? I'll do that when I'm talking about the captaincy option. But again, there's not a long discussion there either. Now, if this is what a team looks like, no money in the bank, Kane, Lingard in. Now, potentially for me, there's a lot of hurt over here, right? I have to either keep my ego aside and accept look why it didn't work out, even though the double coming in, move down to the likes of Calvert Lewin, because again, I just like his extra runs. And then reminder for me that Vardy and Nacho were both blank in 36, moving them out anyway, because in that case, I would have Fernandez, Iheanacho, Vardy, Smith Rowe, Rudiger for me there. And just obviously, I'm going to have to take balancing move there to get them to start, right? Get in Calvert-Lewin. That leaves me with 2.7 in the bank, right? Obviously, I got in Lingard last week. I want to leave him in there as well. Now, I want Liverpool cover with Southampton, but Jota is a balancing option in terms of rotation, right? I think I would leave him in there as well. Now, I have two options there. Either I take out Son over there, maybe don't take Calvert-Lewin, go down further to Watkins and get in Salah back in, looking at the fact that they play 36 West Brom. It's a move I'm not only making for 35, but for 36 to remember. Managers who take hits here, just keep at least, if you want to max out on one player who might blank out in 36, for example, a Greenwood or a Shaw or any United option, right? I would say just keep an eye out on 36. Don't take too many punts on players who are just doubling in 35 or tripling in 35, for example. I would definitely then look at downgrading Watkins and getting Salah in for me over there. In this case, I wouldn't be able to afford DCL, right? So I'll probably have to look at Watkins for me, looking at a player who will play double. Although, like I said, why Watkins is not appeal is because of the run of fixtures afterwards. It's not just this game week. United, Everton, Crystal Palace, I know is again a 36 he plays, but then the Tottenham, Chelsea, it's looking like I'll have to guaranteed take a free transfer on a player who's just going to do a short-term fix and a lot of hope for him to get goals or attacking returns past United, right? So I'm worried about that over there, which is why I prefer Calvert-Lewin instead. He's a player you should be on your radar. Maybe go in without Salah and look at Mane. Now, again, Mane, Jota for me are two players, Liverpool assets I'm getting into my team. Rotation risk, right? Salah most likely to play both the games. Jota and Mane rotate for each other of Firmino. So it's a worry over there, right? But again, looking at the long-term fixture, why I'm okay with it is because 36 they play West Brom, Burnley, Palace. So I can kind of leave it in there well. And most likely when I'm looking at next week, downgrading players who are not going to be playing for me, I can look at the likes of maybe taking out Fernandez since he's blanking, building up money over there, and focusing that money in my defense. Now, my other worry is that let's assume I leave Son as it is right now. My other worry is that Rudiger might not play one of the games. He's anyway playing two tough games, right? He didn't play last because of the facial injury. He played fully midweek. He could sit out one of the games. They have a FA Cup final next week, right? So Leicester play first and then they play United Tuesday. Not worried about rotation there. Although if things aren't going too well against United or going well and maybe they are recreating their form that they did against United in the FA Cup quarter-final, you could see Vardy and Nacho taken off to preserve them, which is a slight worry. Not too worried because you can't think of so much, right? These are all possible situations. I'm just giving you guys, if it helps you clear, if you're in a better place than I am and helps you clear out just that one doubt. So obviously then I would get out Vardy to DCL would be a move I make. On the flip side, like I said, if I don't do that, I have two options, right? That's completely going without 10 Tottenham assets. So in that case, I would have to look at. That's the only way I see. I see Salah in for Son, and I have 8.6 then in the bank, so I could still get in Calvert-Lewin for me. But I don't know if I'm so okay because I had sort of free hit, right? I'm so okay again using a transfer to somehow get in Son next week while not having him this week with a lot of other managers who don't have free hit chips or other chips left, having Son or Kane or both of them still just playing it safe, right? So that is something for me to consider. But yeah, for managers who have these issues, Calvert-Lewin definitely find a way to get him in. If you don't have Salah, if you're going without him, then look at Jota or Mane if you don't have the money to get Salah in. Defensively, I would say if you don't have Trent and don't have the money to get in Trent, if you have the money, go in for Trent. If you don't have the money, Leicester again, like I said, blank next week, right? So I wouldn't look at getting in Vardy. I'm saying if you have Vardy, want to hold on to him 1 week because of Newcastle, yes, do not get in a player who's going to blank next week. Going to give you a lot of problems, right? If you've gone in with United assets already. What else would I be looking at then in that case, right? If I don't want to let rid of my assets, risk going without Liverpool, obviously. But so if I take out Kane for Calvert-Lewin, I get to play with Vardy, and I'm creating an option, right? I could take out Rudiger. Sorry, guys. I could take out Rudiger there for Shaw, is to give myself United cover. But again, in that case, I'd be putting myself in a soup because 36 would blank. 36 blankers would then be for me Shaw, Fernandes, Smith Rowe, obviously mostly not going to play, Vardy, Iheanacho, right? 5 players again to consider. Foster comes in for me over there to cover for Mendy, but again, very likely McCarthy comes in there, so it's not really consoling for me over there. So I have to look at it that way, right? So I might just go without Shaw, but because I'm worried about Rudiger's fitness and him not playing or maybe playing or not playing, I could just leave him in, obviously as one option, and just take that gamble. Or I could take him out for Digne and just double up on Everton over there. Not the best over there. Like I said, it's a bit of a worry in terms of the clean sheets. Will they keep it? They do seem to concede that odd cheap goal and not much going ahead. But like I said, it's to try to get in Calvert-Lewin over Kane, better odds over 2 fixtures. Son and Kane against Leeds, if for the managers wondering, they get a goal assist a piece against Leeds in the reverse fixture. Keep that in mind. Very likely they could get in those returns, right? If you have if you're looking at free normal free transfers though, definitely don't look at getting in Son or Kane this week. I would still look at Liverpool, Jota, Sigurdsson, because they play, like I said, in 36, right? That's another option for you. If you have Salah already in and you're not worried, and you're like, you know what, Jota's not doing much, just like I showed you guys in the free hit as well. Sigurdsson, good option to look at for me. Over there, obviously for me right now, I can't really make too many moves there, but yeah, that's what I would look at. People are saying, would you regret not having triple United assets? Yes, obviously there's a big regret there with people around you getting in triple assets, right? A lot of them already got in Greenwood last week. I would maybe regret it, but I don't know how comfortable I am with going with 3, right? I think I might end up just maybe doing 2. Alternatively, I could just take a -4, like I said, and go in for Greenwood here instead of Jota. Not a very tempting move for me because, like I said, I want Liverpool player over there. The other option there is then going in Greenwood for Son. That's something I could do. Or I would just, like I said, leave it as it is and get him in here and roll the rest, because I just want to take the smart hit, want to balance and hedge my players with the players who are going to be free hitting. Also don't want to lose out on the likes of Salah, right? So a lot of concern there. Now look, I can take a -8 and get in Salah for Son. I've taken a -8 last week as well. Just the injuries have piled up for me, so unfortunately, right? I'm just so tired of taking the -8 hits over there because I'm balancing for injuries. And just, if I could have ridden my luck, I guess, in game week 32 and not taken a -33 and not taken a -8, would it have worked out for me right now? Maybe, but again, it would have been very close, right? I would have had very average scores, probably lower than what I already had. Could have still seen out without taking those -hits, so probably would have been maybe 5 to 8 points better off. But I went with my gut there, and I have no regrets over there. So that's what I'm potentially looking at, right? Looking at the likes of Digne, in maybe Calvert-Lewin on the radar. Salah, get him back in if you don't have him, or get in cover in Trent or Jota. Alternatively, look at Greenwood or Shaw if you're doubling up on United. Tripling up, I would still, if you're tripling up for Shaw, Greenwood, and Fernandes for me. Son to Rashford would seem like a straight swap. I'm just worried about Rashford's form, right? He plays so much, he tries so hard, but he's obviously playing with so many injuries. I'm just worried that he doesn't aggregate one of those in the back-to-back games. So I think Greenwood that way is just a safer option. Cheaper, gives you options to upgrade your defense to Trent if you don't already have him. If you have any other defenders you want to move out of, the Codys, the Rudigers, if you don't want to have that. This is ideally what I would do in case you have free hits. Again, an outside shout out to James Ward-Prowse. Could come in for you as well if you have Salah already. You want a double player, worried about Jota. James Ward-Prowse there as well. Just showing you the price. Very active. Could get a penalty against Liverpool. Not looking the best defensively in the back. That could work out for you as well. Just keeping things as it is over there. Or maybe -8 and Shaw. Moving on to, let's say now, a captaincy pick, right? Obviously, Bruno Fernandes seems like an option if you're triple captaining as well. Blind option, right? Most likely player to play all 3 games for United. If they're doing well, obviously, he might try to save him, but you would assume Bruno's to be part of the fixture. As Bruno is the obvious to-go option. If not Bruno, right, and you're like, I'm only captaining, I don't see Bruno getting more than 2 goals, 2 assists, or a goal and a couple of assists. I would still say Iheanacho or Vardy or Salah going in that case outside of United. In United, apart from Bruno Fernandes, you would then look at Greenwood, risky. Some would want to punt on. They've asked me, can I punt on defense? That's what I would call it. I would call it a punt. I don't see them keeping 3 clean sheets. I'd be very surprised if they keep 3 clean sheets. I would definitely just look at a tracking option as well and look at Greenwood then if you have him. And apart from that, like I already said, Vardy and Nacho seem like better options if you have those. Nacho obviously the safer pick there, looking at his form. And Salah away from all of these because of the double fixture. Fixture against Southampton could get a brace there. Looking in form, got 3 goals, right? So begging him to do well. So guys, that's what this looks like so far. I'm sorry if I rambled on too much. Try to cover everything possible for everybody. Best of luck for this game week. Just don't forget to hit subscribe on our YouTube channel. We could really use with more subscribers. Account has been going up, so I've been seeing that you guys have been listening to me. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate the support. Hit us up in the comment section on Twitter, on Instagram. Happy to get back to you and help you figure out more options that you may have. Best of luck for one of the historic game weeks that we've seen in our time. What I've been reading on the Twitter community has been about 15 years, I think. I wasn't playing FPL in 2005. I think my first FPL season was 2010 or 9. I think 2008 or 9 was my first season. Anyway, best of luck again. Cheers, guys. See you.